Hey guys, it's Nikki. Welcome back to another song review. Today we're going to be checking out a new Lorna Shore song called Oblivion. I saw this pop up in my feed. It was posted 4 days ago, and I don't know when exactly you'll see this, hopefully soon. But I will say going into it, I'm very new to Lorna Shore. I've only heard a little bit of them, and if I'm being honest, I am a little scared of the vocals, but I'm also very impressed that a human can do that with their voice. So I am literally just in the learning about this style of singing and this type of music stage, so please be kind. It takes me off guard, but I'm also very interested in it at the same time, and I want to hear more, so that's what we're going to do today. So let's pop our headphones on, turn it up, and here we go. Oh no. Oh no. It almost sounds like a helicopter, that drum beat. I like the deeper growl. Oh no. Oh no. Oh, I don't like that. Guys. I thought that was a woman at the beginning. I like that. What have we done? That's a cool looking guitar too. Ooh, I like how that sounds. I feel like it's like an apocalypse situation. Sounds cool though. Ooh. Oh, what's gonna happen? I like that it kind of went to the beat though. Horrible scene, but creatively, that was cool. So there was a lot going on that I was trying to keep up with, I'm not gonna lie. Let me see here. I saw something in the description. Okay, it says, when we were originally writing this song, we wanted to write a dark, almost ethereal, serene-like song. The goal was to give listeners that similar feeling to the one you get when watching the movie Interstellar. Specifically, we thought of the Miller's Planet scene. The Endurance crew venture to a planet in search of resources, data, only to arrive and find a desolate world. Despite it being serene, it is ultimately sterile, setting the crew back from their original goal. This ends up filling the crew with a sense of dread as they begin to realize that even one's best efforts can still often end in vain. I wanted to capture that feeling in this song lyrically in a way that we can all relate to. I was imagining a post-apocalyptic world in the hopefully distant future, a world where we have sown the seeds of our own destruction. The song starts with a description of what we have done as humans to the earth. The idea that we wish for better, hoped we were doing something that would help save us in this dying world, only to end up accelerating its inevitable destruction. We as people always wish to do right by our standards. This brings up the question, what is right? Do we even know what we're doing? What have we done to try and actually change anything? Are we watering the earth or just feeding a constantly growing fire? Wow. Writing this song felt like the culmination of all things that we've done in the past, but brought us to the next level, a more evolved version of what Lorna Shore truly is. And all this was written by Will Ramos. So, yeah, that's crazy. I mean, I watched the video and I said it kind of reminds me of an apocalypse thing. And from what I got from the video, I could kind of, just from the people and their expressions and the things that they were doing to survive, but then kind of, I think, taking a step back and being like, what am I even doing? Like, how is this what everybody is doing right now? So it poses a deep question, I will say that. The music, though, awesome as always. The vocals, a little bit scary. I get a little less terrified of this kind of music every time I listen to it. I've said this a million times on this channel. I grew up listening to like pop, Britney Spears, NSYNC. Hanson was my favorite band. So metal is a somewhat new world to me. This kind of music is just a whole nother level that is new to me. But it's interesting to me, even if I don't always like what I hear. Like with the vocals, I love the dark, deep sound of the growls when he goes really, really low. But I'm not a fan of like the higher pitched. I think from videos I've watched talking about different vocals, like the pig squeal sound, I don't like that. It just, I just, my ears do not like it. I don't know if they will ever like it, but I don't like clean high pitched vocals either. Like if it's too high, I'm not a fan of it. And it's just my music taste, and everybody likes different things. But that being said, and I always want to be clear about this when I listen to this kind of stuff that's new to me, like even if I can't call myself quite a fan yet, I still see the musical talent and the training and everything else that's behind it to get to that point, to get your voice to that point. And I mean, with the music, obviously, that's just amazing. I love that. And just the change of speed with their songs from what I've seen so far, it's kind of like, it can really kick in and go fast, but then it slows down and just, it's a whole different like emotion behind it, and you feel that change. And I just think it's really creative. But if I'm being honest about what I really liked most about this song is the description, where Will actually talked about what this song was supposed to be and kind of broke everything down. If he said about the movie Interstellar, it's like not everybody has seen that. So to just talk about what happened and where he got the inspiration from, and just like he said, that humans, I don't know, it's interesting in life because I feel like a lot of people think that they're doing, I'd like to think a lot of people think that they're doing what's best for the world and kind of make decisions based upon that and go forward in life trying to do their best, even just as a person, let alone the environment, the planet, whatever else. I feel like most people, hopefully, are trying to be the best that they can. I don't think that's true for everybody, but everybody has a different definition and a different picture of what that looks like. And I think that's kind of where the trouble is. It's that everybody has a different image of that in their mind. And, even when you do think you're doing the best, sometimes that's not the case. When I was reading the description of what Will wrote out, it got me thinking about a story that I heard. And I honestly don't know if I feel like this could be something that actually happened. I tried to Google quick and I couldn't find exactly where this happened, but it was a story that had happened in another country somewhere where there were more people than there were houses for them. So the government built a bunch of houses quickly, but they weren't the most stable. They weren't the best constructed houses, but they did it quick. They're like, okay, we're going to give housing to all these people. Everything's going to be great. But then how the story went was that there was a natural disaster of some sort, and it wiped away all the houses and injured people and possibly killed people as well. And it was just kind of an example of, you can have the most well-intended intentions, but if it's not actually fully thought out, if you're just like, okay, well, this is good right now, or it's something that makes you feel like you're doing good, but it's not actually good, is it gonna make a difference anyway? And I just thought that it just made me think of that when I was reading that. And I feel like that's something just to think about day to day. I know I try to do that. Like, is what I'm doing, is it just what I feel good doing, or is it actually good? And sometimes it is, sometimes it isn't. And I feel like that's just part of being human. Sometimes you don't know until after the fact. But that was a lot of deep thoughts for this song, but it seems like that's what he wants us to think about. So let me know what you think of this. Let me know if your mind kind of goes off on a trail of thoughts, especially when you hear what the artist has to say about it. I love that. I love when we're not left to wonder about what they were feeling when they wrote it, what they kind of want you to get out of it. I love when songs are open to interpretation, but I think I like it more when the artist is like, this is what I was feeling when I wrote it. And that gives you enough to think about. And you could still have your own interpretation and take what you take from it otherwise. But yeah, I just thought it was a really cool song for the meaning. And, that outweighed the scary vocals at times and the graphic video that I wasn't super fond of. I do have to keep my face in check sometimes when that happens, because I know I'm like, and in my head I'm like, when was the last time I blinked when I see that kind of stuff? But I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and as always, thank you for watching along with me, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.